Hey webBikeWorld, it's Jim. I'm here at home after returning from my successful trip south to Sturgis, and I've got a really cool helmet review that I'm about to begin. I'm going to show you about right now. Some of you may remember that last year I visited Spokane, Washington, where the headquarters are in the US for VATA7, a new, very special helmet company. The helmet, the very first one, showed up today, and I wanted to show you this awesome box for the X1, which is their first smart helmet with LED lights on it that are linked to the brake lights and signal lights on your bike. So in here we've got a clear visor, instruction manual, instruction manual, owner's manual in there for the X1. We've also got a sticker, a cleaning cloth, a charging cable for the battery in the helmet. Most importantly, we have this transmitting box which has to be plumbed into the bike so that the helmet lights can mirror what's happening on the bike. We've got an instruction manual for the unit and a key as well that I'll show you how that goes later. Let's get a look at the helmet. Now what they're telling me is this is the first production helmet, and the pre-production one that I saw before was going to weigh 1.9 pounds. This is a full face helmet, but they are working on an open face helmet as well, and a modular. Okay, I got it out of the box. I needed both hands to do it, but you can see this is a completely carbon fiber helmet. It's got a tinted visor on it right now, and there is the clear one, which you saw earlier over here, that you can exchange. There's also an auto darkening, auto tinting helmet from Pinlock that's coming, and so that's going to be awesome. The turn signal LEDs here, you can see they're amber, and you can also see this turn signal one here on the back, and that's mirrored on the other side. And then in the back we have this long strip of LEDs that runs from here all the way over to here, and that's the brake light. Now, something worth noting here is that this is both DOT and 2206 ECE certified, which is really good. I'm loving the trend now of dual certified helmets in North America. Now this is a massive air inlet scoop up here. Nice little switch, easy to find, easy to maneuver with your fingers. There's a raised lettered logo here, so this is underneath the clear coat. I don't see any visible flaws on this. It's a really sharp helmet. I would say at first glance this reminds me of an AGV type quality, maybe a higher end AGV. So look at these inlet scoops here. We've also got inlet scoops here for air entering the helmet. And check out this visor. It has the race lock right here, as you would find. There's a first click, but that will rest on the stop in the slightly cracked open position for more air. And then from that point, this is an infinite position visor. It feels a little bit loose in the hinges though, so I don't know, I can't say for sure that it will stay open in those positions with wind pushing on it. It feels a little light, but for sure it will lock open at the top where it is now. The visor is removed using that key in this slot to undo this fastener, which appears to be plastic, not metal, but you've got lots of metal rivets and screws holding other components on the helmet. The interior is a very nice micro suede, very soft to the touch. It's going to feel nice on the wearer's face. There's a nice pocket here for the cheeks and a nice little area at the back to mold with the back of the skull when you wear it. It's got double D-ring style fasteners for the chin strap, a snap for the excess material. You'll notice here, this is the charging port. So this is a USB-C type connector, and you push and hold this to turn the helmet on. Whoa, there's the lights lighting up. I don't know how much battery life it has right now, but my plan is to charge it up and go take it for a ride, even though I haven't finished my Scorpion AT960 review yet. I'm just so excited to try this out. Back when sorry, let's get back to the interior here. The front vents are controlled by this switch right here. So that would be open and that's closed. It looks like there's a second position. It looks like lots of air will come in. When I went and saw the prototype, VATA7 was claiming that this helmet would weigh 1.9 pounds. And in holding it, I can say I seriously doubt that's where they ended up. It was a really nice idea, but let's find out where did they actually end up. So now I've got it on my scale that's very accurate that I use to measure all my helmets for reviews. I can see that I've got 3.11 pounds, which is the same as 1.41 kilos. So that's a far cry from 1.9 pounds, but I can tell you holding this, it feels very light. A 3-pound helmet is outstanding to wear. My Climb Cryos Pro is 3 pounds. It would be the same weight as this, and I love it. So that is my unboxing of the brand new, the very first production VATA7 X1. They do have an instruction guide here to help you install it on your motorcycle. It talks about common wire colors for tapping in or teeing in on a BMW, KTM, Ducati, Can-Am, Harley Davidson. They talk about how to do it, and the way that you'll tie it in using these posi-tap connectors should cause no damage to your motorcycle. I am a little bit curious to see if the CAN bus system on my BMW GS notices it, so I'll have to get back to you on that. Here I am in the garage after installing the transmitter unit on my 1250 GS that links up, connects the lights for the turn signals and the brake to the lights on the VATA7 X1 helmet. Let me show you first a left turn. You can see the left turn signal on the helmet are lit up, and now the right, and these are the hazards. So you can see there is a slight delay, but it's not too bad. Like, all things considered, it's just about bang on and good enough for the road anyway. Let me spin around my very fancy Lazy Susan, let's call it, for a better look at what's happening here. So there are the turn signals left, turn signals right, and what you'll notice is the brake light is intermittently flashing, and that is not supposed to happen. You can set it up to do that, but for whatever reason, the brake signal wire on the 1250 GS seems to have a constant voltage going through it, which I believe is the bike's computer making sure that the taillight circuit is still intact. And that little check voltage, let's call it, is going through the transmitter, and you're getting these intermittent flashes on the brake light. So this is what happens when I hit the brake. It comes on solid. There it is again. And I've got it purposely a little dim in here so that you can see the lights better. Let me turn off the turn signals, brake, brake. Now what you can do additionally is that using the VATA7 app, you can actually vary the way that the brake light acts. So right now I have it on a solid LED flash pattern, but I can change it to flashing. And now when I hit the brake light flashes, and I can change it to a burst so that when I hit the brake it does that, and I can vary the speed of that burst. So this is, alright, so that is maximum burst. So it's almost on continuous, it's flashing so fast. I can dial that back all the way to the slowest, which is basically that. Flashy, flash, flash. And there's everything in between. So that's probably a good one there to get people's attention when you stop. You can also choose, if you have a passenger, that only the front LEDs will work. So this is getting back to the turn signals. So if I hit the turn signals, you notice only the front one is flashing now, but I can change that to just the rear if I want. There is also a brightness. You can change the brightness. So right now I have it on full bright. You can go to the lowest setting. There's low, medium, and brightest. So there's a lot of flexibility built in here. And I'll take it outside and I can show in brighter light how these lights look. Okay, so there is the transmitter unit. It's installed in the rear wiring harness of my GS. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up here and activate the hazard lights. There it is. So this is probably the worst case scenario. We'll pretend that I'm a car driving up to this car, and can you see them? Yeah, pretty good. And you can be the judge of whether or not you could see the brake light, but I gotta go over to the bike and actuate the brake light again. Brake on, off, brake on, off, brake on. So that might have been a little bit low. It gives you an idea of what to expect with this. Bright sunshine, VATA7 X1. What do you think? This helmet is really nice to wear. It only weighs 3 pounds. And so even the lights aside, it's really going to be a nice helmet. So I'll share more as I review it. This is just kind of a opening the box general overview of what it's got going for it. More details later. webBikeWorld Jim out.